What's up guys, it's the Sound Alchemist, and today we are doing more 40 facts on the Warhammer universe. I will tell you guys the facts, the lore, the variants, and the armament of Tactical Dreadnought Armor, aka the Terminator armor. So without further ado, let's dive into this Imperial lore. Terminator armor is an advanced form of power armor developed for close quarters melee fighting. These suits are primarily utilized in situations where standard Space Marine power armor does not provide enough protection for the warrior. Massively thick armor plates and powerful servo muscles drive these defensive shells, and only the best and bravest of a Space Marine may don this ancient and sacred battle harness. The elite first company of most Space Marine chapters use Terminator armor extensively, and only those Astartes who earn the Crux Terminatus, a special badge of honor said to contain a fragment of the power armor worn by the Emperor of Mankind when he defeated Horus, are permitted to wear it. It is said that the Crux Terminatus behaves as a ward that augments the Terminator armor itself, capable of turning aside blows that would threaten even a war engine. Amongst the traitor legions that still reside within the hellish realm known as the Iron Terror, only aspiring champions or chaos lords who stand in great favor to the ruinous powers wear Terminator armor. So scarce is Terminator armor among them that sometimes an aspiring champion can only claim a suit for himself by killing the current wearer, be it ritual combat or by more devious means. Chaos Terminators will often act as a personal guard of such an esteemed champion. Within a warband of Chaos Space Marine, Chaos Terminators enforce the will of their leader and take the first pick of the spoils of victory. And now, on to the various variants of Terminator armor, starting with the Cataphractii pattern Tactical Dreadnought armor. The Cataphractii pattern Tactical Dreadnought armor. This armor was originally a prototype for later patterns of Terminator armor to come. This armor was rare before the Horus Heresy, although some legions, such as the Sons of Horus and the Iron Hands, possessed a large number of these suits. The Iron Hand legions passed on these suits to their successor chapters during the Second Founding. The Indomitable pattern Tactical Dreadnought armor. Originally designed during the Horus Heresy to replace the severe losses on both sides as the Civil War dragged on, all of the traitor legions now use Indomitable pattern Terminator armor, and it is also the pattern most commonly employed at present by the Adeptus Astartes. In the aftermath of the Horus Heresy, the Ultramarines pioneered the widespread use of Indomitable pattern Terminator armor, as their legion was unable to replace the older patterns. The Gorgon pattern Tactical Dreadnought armor is a variant of Indomitable pattern Tactical Dreadnought armor devised by the Iron Hands Primarch Ferrus Manus and his Iron Fathers. This design replaced the field generators embedded in standard Indomitable pattern Terminator armor with experimental systems that converted incoming electromagnetic and kinetic energy into bursts of blinding light. This light was powerful enough to incapacitate and maim nearby foes. However, the heat and electrochemical toxin bleed from the armor systems limited the armor's agility, and its negative side effects required a high level of cybernetic rebuild for its wearer to endure. Volunteers for this painful modification were plentiful in the Legion's ranks, many deeming it an honor to serve as part of this great endeavor. The Tartarus pattern Tactical Dreadnought armor. This armor was originally developed concurrently with several other patterns of Tactical Dreadnought armor towards the closing years of the Great Crusade. This armor seems to share design characteristics with the Contemptor Dreadnought, most especially in the design of the torso plates. There are also characteristics inherited or derived from the venerable cataphracti pattern Terminator armor, the pauldrons being the more obvious of these. The Aegis Terminator armor is used by the Space Marines of the Grey Knights chapter and is similar to the standard Indomitable pattern armor, but it is inscribed with a complex network of protective prayers, runes, and other wards which are psychically charged to provide better protection for the Grey Knight. This armor is very similar to the standard Indomitable pattern, one huge difference being the helmet, which is similar to the ancient Mark III iron pattern suits of power armor. And now onto the weapons of the Terminators. Squads of Terminators are most often employed in boarding actions or where the fighting is certain to be close and bloody. Although they can also be equipped with weaponry that allows them to fight at longer ranges, it is brutal assaults that they are primarily designed for. Terminator armor is designed to carry out a variety of weapons, but the most common armament is the Storm Bolter and Power Fist. This armament can allow a Terminator to engage the enemy at both long range and close range. Some Terminators can opt to carry a Chain Fist instead. These weapons are similar to a Power Fist, but are equipped with an additional massively powerful chain blade that can carve through the armor of mighty starships. For long-range battles, a Terminator can be equipped with the Assault Cannon in order to lay down a hail of heavy shells, or perhaps a Heavy Flamer when the fighting is certain to be at extreme close quarters and the enemy is closely packed, or perhaps even a Cyclone missile launcher is needed to engage heavily armored targets at longer ranges. But whenever the Terminators need to be specifically equipped for close combat, they are oftentimes teleported directly into the battle. These Terminators have the favored configuration of Lightning Claws, which are multiple fist-mounted blades sheathed in lethal energy that can cut through armor and flesh with ease. Or perhaps even a Thunder Hammer and Storm Shield combination would be used. This configuration is usually employed when the enemy is likely to make use of weaponry that may defeat even the formidable armor of a Terminator. A Storm Shield contains a small power field generator that can protect a warrior in melee, and it is proof against even the most lethal of close combat weapons. The Thunder Hammer is commonly paired with this deadly weapon, and it releases a terrific blast of energy upon impact. Those that it does not kill, for example vehicles and the living, are rendered incapacitated after a blow from this deadly Warhammer. Now, Terminators vary depending on the chapter that they hail from. For example, the Dark Angel's first company is known as the Deathwing, and it is composed entirely of Terminator squads. Unlike a traditional Codex chapter, which distinguishes between tactical and assault roles, each Deathwing Terminator squad can be armed with a custom combination of heavy, close combat, or ranged weaponry, depending on its squad's role on the battlefield. Membership in the Deathwing also confers access to some of the chapter's most closely guarded secrets. There are no veteran squads in this Deathwing Terminator squad. The Space Wolves have the Wolf Guards, which are the Space Wolves equivalent of Terminators. The Wolf Guard does not always wear their Terminator armor, but only when a tactical situation demands it. For the Terminators, in the Salamander chapter, they have 120 veterans that wield this powerful armor. They are known as the Fire Drakes. Legend says that there are some rare versions of the Terminator armor that can be used by ordinary humans, but access to this is restricted. Only a select few members of the Inquisition can wield such ones. But even then, they aren't quite as potent as the versions used by Space Marines, mainly due to lacking of a Black Carapace. The Black Carapace is essentially an implantation that allows a Space Marine to bond with his armor, making them effectively one being. And that's all I have for you guys today. Stay tuned and subscribe because next time I will be going into each Legion's elite Terminator squads. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, for now, let me know what you guys enjoyed about this video in the comments down below. Also, let me know how I can improve so that you guys can better enjoy these 40 facts. Don't forget guys, we do have a Patreon page, so head on over where a simple $1 can help you guys get more epic 40k content. And as always, I am the Sound Alchemist, part of OneMindSyndicate, and I am signing out.